Hello, my name's Tanya and this is my channel Just Let Me Sew. I hope you are well wherever you are. Thank you very much for joining me today. Thank you if you have watched one of my previous videos or if you have liked or commented or subscribed. It really does mean a lot to me. Thank you particularly if you are someone who has commented. I love getting all of those comments through and reading them. Apologies if it's taking me a little bit of time to get through the comments, but I am reading them all and I really love having all the conversations with you or wherever you are in the world. It's really great to hear from you, so thank you very much. Right, I will start off today by saying what I am wearing. I have done a vlog about this top before. It is definitely one of my firm favourites. It's a self-drafted t-shirt. And it was inspired by the Solar Tee. I can't remember who the Solar Tee is by. I will try and put the name there because the name's just gone out of my head. But I just drafted around a t-shirt I already have that has a drop sleeve. And then I just found on Google a tutorial of how to calculate a ruffle. I think you times it by 1.25. I can't remember, but again I'll try and put the video link up there for the vlog where I do talk about how I made this. And the fabric is a pink jersey from Goldhawk Road. I think I got it from A1 Textiles on Goldhawk Road, which is in London. I am also wearing, which you won't be able to see because I'm a bit squished in here, the Winnie pants, which I have finally finished making. I will include a little video, some photos of me wearing them here. Now, if you have watched my channel before, you might remember I have struggled with these trousers, and it's a silly thing to have struggled with because they're not even that difficult. First of all, I made a mistake with the fabric. I cut it in the wrong direction of stretch. So I do have a pair really similar to this, but the stretch is going vertically, so they feel like they're always sort of wanting to pull down when I wear them. So I really like the colour of the fabric, so I bought the exact same fabric again, only to realise that actually it's probably not the best fabric for these trousers. It's a beautiful brushed back French terry from First Fabrics. It's a really, really lovely fabric. I really like it, but it's probably just not the best for the Winnie pants because it is actually quite stretchy in both directions. I think something firmer, like a Ponte Roma, would be ideal for the Winnie pants. But I just couldn't find a Ponte Roma in this particular colour that I wanted, so I settled for this. So you can probably see from my footage that I decided to include a bit of tape down the side, and I was trying to replicate a similar pair of trousers that I have from Marks and Spencer's. They still have these trousers. I think they're probably like part of their staple collection now because they've got some in stock this year, and these trousers I've had for a couple of years. And they do them in all sorts of different colours with this distinctive ribbon down the side. And a pin tuck down the front as well. And that is what I really like about the Winnie pants. Apologies. The Winnie pants are a pattern by Made for Mermaids. And you can include these pin tucks down the front, which give it just that little sort of elevated look. I think they're really lovely. And I wanted to include this ribbon down the side to try and replicate these M&S trousers that I have. So I found some ribbon on eBay. I think I bought about 3 or 4 meters of it just to be safe. I took these along to the sewing social that Yvette Blossom Sandwich organised for Surrey Sews, and Mel organised it as well. And I think I was probably just a little bit distracted while I was there. I just really need to concentrate on things sometimes. Like if I'm sewing and I've got music on in the background, or I'm listening to a podcast and I'm doing like a tricky part, I just get distracted and I can't focus. And I think when it came to putting the ribbon on, I thought, oh yeah, I should put the ribbon on the front leg pattern piece because then it will be more prominent. And I thought, well, actually, it's going to be a bit tricky to attach it around the pocket because these trousers have a slant pocket. So I had sort of had to fold it over, and it was just a bit of a messy thing to do. In hindsight, I should have attached the ribbon to the back leg piece right next to that seam, sort of, yeah, side seam there. But it is what it is, and it's done, and it looks fine. I'll see if I can stand up and perhaps show you, but it's a bit squished in here. Ugh. Yeah, so those are the pockets there, and you can just see the top of that ribbon coming through there. So I've had to tuck the ribbon over the top there and then sew it down. So it's not the neatest finish, and if I were to do it again, I would put the ribbon down the back piece. But there we are. They are finished. I am pleased with them. I did have an issue with this pattern the first time I made the trousers, and I just assumed it was me that had made a mistake and hadn't understood. So the waistband I did doesn't include the elastic casing. I went for the waistband. I can't remember the exact name of it, but it doesn't allow for like the elastic channeling. And the pattern piece that I cut out said cut 1 on the fold. So I cut 1 on the fold, and that pattern piece, the fabric, literally just covered the front of my waist. No matter how hard I would have stretched it, it wouldn't have gone all the way round. And I thought, well, they must have made a mistake here. And I double checked, and it did say cut 1 on the fold. So I had previously emailed Made for Mermaids to ask, like, what's the mistake? What am I doing wrong? I don't understand. And Megan did reply a couple of weeks later, by which time I'd sort of figured it out myself, to say, sorry, you must have an old version of the pattern. The new AO version does say cut 2 on the fold. However, I kind of assumed that's what they meant, that it was cut 2. So when I did cut 2, it was just far too big, bearing in mind that this waistband was meant to stay put without any elastic inside it. So I ended up taking about 4 inches out of those 2 pieces once they were sewn together. Even then, I think because this fabric is a bit too stretchy, they were trying to fall down as I was wearing them during the day. So I had to kind of bodge a repair, and I just made 2 little snips in the front waistband, did a hand buttonhole, and then threaded some cord through. So it's okay, the buttonholes will hold. Not the best hand sewn buttonholes ever, but it does the job and it's fine. So I have finished the Winnie pants, but I just get that feeling that they're a little bit of a cursed pattern for me. I don't know if you ever have that, where there's a pattern that just doesn't go right for you. It's not even a hard pattern. I don't know what the universe is trying to tell me about these trousers, but anyway, that's done. Okay, next up, I would really like to talk to you about a charity pattern that has just been launched. So you may have seen a few vlogs ago, I talked about a challenge that Catherine at Mountain Sewing in the US was running for making reusable sanitary towels. And she was doing it for a charity called Treasured Vessels. And Helen Hellcat Michael in Michael Sews in the UK was collecting all of the UK sewing community's pads and sending them over to Catherine. Catherine then had a really lovely idea to try and raise a bit of money for the charity as well, that she would release a pattern. And the pattern is for a little sort of pencil case zipper pouch. You could use it for toiletries as well. I will include some images of it here, and it's a really lovely pattern, really, really lovely. She contacted me and asked if I would like to have a go at sewing up the pouch to talk about. No obligation to talk about it if I didn't want to, and she gave me the pattern for free very kindly. So I said, of course, I'd like to take part. It's for charity, for a wonderful organisation. And this is my version of the pouch. Now I have to confess, I am not the best at making little pouches, but I gave it my best shot. I think anything, it's not even 3D because dressmaking is 3D. I just find, you know, like all the little seams and everything, I just need a bit more practice at them, but I enjoyed doing it. And the pattern includes some lovely photos, really good photos. There is also a little YouTube sew along if you want to watch that as well. It is fully lined. You might recognize this fabric from a lyra I made a while ago, not that long ago, a couple of months ago. I used a green zipper that I had in my stash. And one of the nice features is it has a little front pocket, little zip pocket, which is also lined, lovely. And the instructions for how to insert this are really easy. When I first saw the pattern, I thought, oh no, I'm really going to struggle with this. But it came together really easily, really, really good. You can also include a little sort of carrier loop at the side, which I didn't do, but there is the option to do that as well. And Catherine is donating all of the money from the sale, so all of the proceeds are going to a Ugandan charity which is called Treasured Vessels. They are a wonderful charity. They work with vulnerable women, most of whom are teenage mums. They have a centre, like a drop-in centre for these ladies to go to. They come along with their children, their babies, toddlers, and they can learn basic skills. And they are trying to raise money to get some sewing machines and also to buy a fridge. They don't currently have a fridge, but they do provide the women with meals. So it would just make everything a lot easier for them if they did have a fridge on site as well. So all of the money from the sales of this little pouch are going to Treasured Vessels, which, as I said, is based in Uganda. If you would like to have a go at making this and like to purchase the pattern, I will include the link down below. So please do go over to that link and purchase the pattern. It's currently on sale for, I think, $5 at the moment until the 17th of March. That's $5 US. After that, it is then $7 US. I might get this video out in time for that still to apply. Hopefully, I will try my best to get this video up in time for that $5 offer to still be in place. Next up, I wanted to talk to you about another Isla top that I have made. So in my last vlog, I was talking about Sew Frugal and my plans of what I was going to make. And I made up an Isla top, which is from Tiana's Closet. I mentioned in my vlog that I had never really heard much about Tiana's Closet or seen much about this pattern. As I released my vlog, there was also a vlog that came out from somebody else who had made the Isla blouse. I don't think she's part of the Sew Frugal challenge. So there is her, I think her name is Rachel. I'll pop the link down below to Rachel's vlog. But the tutorial I used was by So Happy. I will put the link down there, and I will try and link to my Sew Frugal vlog up there as well if you want to have a look. So I made another version, and this is using a viscose that my mum gave me. She bought it for herself. She wanted to make a sarong and then never got around to it and asked if I would like it. So it's this really lovely, I think it's a snake skin pattern. These lovely blues in it and some greens and orange. And I did the same as with my last version, that I cut my front panel on the fold so that this neck opening doesn't go all the way down, because even there it's finishing sort of right in the middle of my chest, so I wouldn't want it to go any lower than that. With this one, I did include some neckties because I wanted it to flop open. With my last one that I made, I didn't include the neckties, and this funny thing where one of the neck pieces would stay up and the other one would flop open. So I thought with this one, I'll put the necktie so at least they're both weighted down and it will be a bit more open. So very pleased with how that came out. I don't think it's perhaps my exact colouring. Might make me look a little bit washed out. You know, when you put something on straight away and you think, ooh, not sure that really suits me, but I love the pattern. I really like it. It's really pretty. And it definitely goes with So Frugal of using up what we've already got in our stash. And this was gifted to me as well. So I am pleased with that. I do really like it. And I don't think it will be the last Isla top that I make either. If you haven't checked out my last vlog where I talk about it, do go and have a look because I give a full review of the pattern there. Okay, so what else have I been working on? I mentioned in my So Frugal plans that I was going to hopefully be making up the Peppermint Magazine wide leg trousers. And I have had a go at making those. So I had 3 pieces of denim remnants in my stash from making Persephone trousers, sunshine jeans, and what else did I make? Like a jumpsuit romper thing. I knew that I wouldn't have enough of one of those to make a whole pair of trousers. I would need to piece them together somehow. I didn't really want to have a go at doing like a patchwork effect because my quilting skills for matching up seams, etc., are not good enough for that. And I wasn't sure I would really wear like a patchwork look. So I had a little look online and I found some trousers that I will insert pictures of that I thought, actually, yeah, I would definitely wear those trousers, where they've got 2 different colours of denim, but the side is sort of like a side panel of the different colour. And I looked at the price tag for some of them. One pair was £300. So I thought, wow, maybe it's like a trend or something. So I will have a go at doing those and I will show you the progress I've made so far. Sorry, my cat had just made herself at home on them. So they might be a little bit furry, and I've also got some threads on them. So this is the front leg piece. So you can see there's the pocket, and I have used the dark denim for the main piece. And then this lighter fabric is going to be, the lighter colour fabric is going to be the side of it. So that will be the side seam, and that is the crotch seam there. So what I did was, I will attempt to explain how I did it, but it was one of those kind of moments where I wasn't really 100% sure what I was doing was right, but I went with it and it's come together, it's okay. So I spent quite a long time agonizing about how I could squeeze the pattern pieces into the fabric. I wanted to have the main bulk of the pattern using this fabric, but I didn't have enough. So I went for the dark instead, which looks great, no problem with that. I then sort of laid the pattern pieces over the fabric and basically just had to go with how much I could squeeze out of each fabric and fold the pattern pieces. So I had my pattern pieces and I folded them where I could squeeze it into the fabric. And then I added a 1/2 inch seam allowance just on the bit, obviously, where the fabric is going to join. And then with the other bit, I just sort of flipped the pattern piece and then folded the excess pattern underneath so it was out of the way. I didn't bother retracing out new pattern pieces or anything like that. I just folded it up to tuck it out of the way. And then again, added a 1/2 inch to this bit. And then just to be doubly sure, I sewed them together and laid the pattern piece, the original pattern piece, now all completely opened up on top, and made sure that it matched up. And amazingly, it did. So that was great. What I then went on to do was, once I was sure that it fitted the pattern correctly, I overlocked the edges of the fabric, and then I pressed them and top stitched them down. So you can only really see it on the light blue. You can't really see it on the dark denim. It's not even showing up. But that was to stop it sort of flapping and rubbing when I was wearing them, because if I'd left it loose, it might have sort of been catching when I wear them, and that would be a bit annoying, a bit uncomfortable. So that's just been top stitched down. And I've done exactly the same for the back piece, trying to do it so it didn't interrupt the dart, because there's a dart on the back pattern piece. So I wanted that seam to be well out of the way of the dart, so I didn't have too much bulk there on the dart piece. I haven't cut out the waistband yet or the pockets. I think I will probably have to do those pieces out of the lighter denim, which is absolutely fine, and I will have nice sort of contrasting pop where it hits the dark bit there. So I'm pleased with how those are coming along. I am hoping to have those finished for the Stitch Festival. I am going to the Stitch Festival on Friday, this Friday coming. So if you are going along to the Stitch Festival, let me know in the comments down below. Please do come over and say hello if you are there. It'd be really lovely to see you. So hopefully I will get these done in time for the Stitch Festival, but I have got quite a busy week ahead of me, so I might not. Next thing I want to talk to you about is some fabric that I have bought. Now, I have mentioned before that I am a big fan of Simple Life Fabrics, which is run by Sarah. And Sarah posted on Instagram a couple of weeks ago that she had a sale on, and she had some really beautiful fabrics in that sale. And I also got tempted by, I think it was a couple of fabrics or maybe just one that wasn't in the sale. So I will show you those. The first fabric is this beautiful double gauze. It's on a navy background with these really lovely vibrant flowers, and it's a lovely double gauze. So I'm hoping to make this into a Marnie. I think that would look really beautiful as a Marnie. I think I will do the frills, the shoulder frills, sort of the side frills, but omit the neck frill. I won't do the undulating tucks, but I think that would look beautiful. She's also got this in a white colourway, so the background is white, and I think the leaves and flowers are the same colours as this. So lovely fabric. The next one I bought, I think this is a Nerida Hansen, and it is a cotton. It is, yeah, Nerida Hansen. It's lovely cotton, and I bought just 1.5 meters of that. I may make another Isla blouse out of it. Not quite sure what I will make out of that one yet, but that is beautiful, really lovely, bright pinks and like a sort of turquoisey green in there as well. And the last one that I bought is a beautiful, I keep saying beautiful, they're all beautiful, obviously, I wouldn't have bought them otherwise. It's an off-white with these little embroidered flowers. It's a Swiss dot, and I think that would look lovely as an Isla blouse as well. I'm going to have a lot of Isla blouses by the end of the year, I think, but that would be lovely for the summer. Really, really pretty, really nice and breezy. I think that is everything that I wanted to share with you today. Do go over to Mountain Sewing and have a look at the link that I've put down below for that zipper pouch. It's for a fantastic cause, and it is a really great little pouch as well. So you'll have lots of fun making that. I hope you are well wherever you are, whatever you are sewing. If you have liked today's video, please do give me a little like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. It would be lovely to have you along with me in my next vlogs. I will see you soon, and thank you very much for watching. Bye.